So 2018 at saka 2022, low performance levels tayo sa PISA.
Halos hindi po siya nagbago yung sinasabi ni Yusek Gina. But again, yun nga po, no, we have to be conscious of the dates also that these were taken. The PISA 2022 was taken prior to the return of in-person classes.
Okay. Tuesday New.
Good morning, sir, ma'ams. Sabi niyo kanina, Yusek, yung teachers, kailangan na rin i-upgrade sila para doon sa bagong technology. So far, sir, may data ba kayo kung ilan sa mga teacher na ito yung maalam na sa mga bagong technology or digitalization para maka-adjust din sila doon sa mode of learning na ginagawa na ngayon? At ilan pa sa kanila yung hindi maalam masyado sa technology, kaya nahuhuli yung paraan ng pagtuturo nila sa mga bata, na alam natin yung mas maraming mga bata ngayon yung mas marurunong na sa technology, bagong technology.
Oo. Actually, sa ngayon, wala po akong mabigay sa inyo na data, no? But we will be doing a scoping talaga pagdating dyan. In fact, not just that, gusto din naming malaman kung ilang teachers na ang merong gadget, for example, no, that they can use. So these are the things we are doing right now. But again, yung training, we won't just focus on one. We will really train all of our teachers. Kasi nga, marami nang nagbago ng technology even in a span of a year. No? Marami nagbabago. Like ngayon, sabi nga natin, meron na tayong AI, hindi ba? So that's something we are looking at. At we will use, of course, the training facility of DepEd to do that. And then there's also, of course, the TEC, yung ating council na namamahala sa talagang quality of teaching, not just in service, or meaning pag nasa DepEd na sila, but pati yung pre-service, meaning bago sila pumasok sa DepEd. So habang nag-aaral pa lang sila para maging guro, ay tinitingnan na kaagad yun ng TEC. Ito siguro yung magandang mechanism para talagang makita natin yung mga paraan paano natin maiangat yung quality ng ating teachers, no? Because again, as we always say, hindi naman kasalanan ng teachers yan. It's never their fault. It's really the system. And that's why we want to improve not just in service, but of course that's the responsibility of DepEd, yung in service. We also want to improve pre-service, the exam given by PRC, and then pagdating sa DepEd, yung in-service training nila.
Susugan ko yung sinabi ni Yusek Mike pagdating sa technology in teaching. Tuloy-tuloy naman ang training natin sa teachers, at on top of trainings, we're providing them modules or learning resources that they can use so that they can adapt to using technology in teaching. Kailangan talaga natin din na mag-link sa mga universities para pagdating naman sa pre-service teacher education, matrain na ang mga teachers sa paggamit ng technology sa pagtuturo.
Perhaps we can also talk about the importance of specialization. The President had emphasized that support for teachers to further their education and specialize.
Yes, kasi ngayon, generalist ang marami nating teachers sa elementary. So kailangan nating pag-isipan together with universities paano magkakaroon, paano gagawin na magkaroon ng specialization ang mga teachers natin. Lumalabas kasi sa survey sa PISA na marami nga ang pumapasa ng mga teachers sa atin sa licensure examination. Maraming teachers sa atin ang certified, pero compared to OECD countries, mas konti ang teachers natin na may specialization o kaya may master's degrees.
Okay. Alvin Baltasar.
Magandang umaga po. Doon po tayo sa bullying. Do we have statistics about sa insidente ng bullying? Halimbawa, out of 10 students, ilan po yung mga nabubully? And just to give us an idea, gaano po kabigat na problema yung pambubully sa mga estudyante?
Opo. With the data, we'll provide Malacanang, because we have a table on that note. So we do have the data. I just don't have it with me right now. But we'll provide you, sir, para accurate yung figures natin. Now, sa bullying talagang nakaka-apekto. Sabi nga dun sa PISA results, talagang nakaka-apekto yung bullying sa performance nila sa exam. There was really a correlation made by the PISA results, no? Sa ngayon, what we all know na talagang ganyan yung problema. In fact, sa ating Learner Rights and Protection Office na tinayo natin last year, karamihan sa mga complaints are really bullying No? Yung mga natatanggap natin ng mga tawag, yung mga na iniimbestigahan natin ay karamihan related to bullying. So sa ngayon, ang ginagawa po natin is pinapalakas natin yung ating mga tinatawag na Child Protection Committees sa mga paaralan. Yung reporting system, we are continuously improving it. Although meron na tayong Learner Rights and Protection Office, gusto natin siguro magkaroon tayo ng hotlines na mas madaling tandaan, for example, para talagang magamit ng mga bata. As so far, ang na-resolve natin na cases sa ating Learner Rights and Protection Office, at least yung latest report na nakuha ko is around 120 cases na yung na-resolve natin. But, you know, pagdating kasi sa ganitong reporting system, dalawa yan eh. Pwede kang magsabi na, yes, naka-resolve ka ng 120 cases, pero we still don't know if there is under-reporting going on. That's why we need to make sure that our system is accessible to everyone, even to anonymous complaints, kasi maraming takot na mag-complain, to make sure that people are really being encouraged to report. And then, after that, no, we are looking at also connected to bullying is the mental health program. Kasi sabi nga po natin na ang bullying, whether dun sa nambubuli o dun sa nabully, ay important, may mental health aspect kasi siya. So that is something we are also doing right now at meron naman tayong budget na talaga for mental health, no. So that is something that our operations team is crafting together with DOH. Pagdating sa mental health program, meaning counseling in schools, advocacies, and referral naman to the Department of Health pag kailangan na talaga ng experts. But as to the stats, sir, we'll send you the stats.
Ace Romero.
USEC POA or USEC Gonong, ano yung mga goals natin? Kasi low status tayo sa PISA ngayon. Meron ba tayong goal dapat by this year tumaas na yung ating ranking? Meron ba tayong mga ganong immediate targets?
Yes, syempre ang immediate target natin, kung hindi man tumaas na tayo kaagad in terms of proficiency level, tumaas pa yung scores natin. Hanggang maabot natin yung minimum level of proficiency. Alam naman natin na hindi ganoon kabilis ang pag-increase ng proficiency level. It takes years bago talagang ma-develop ang mga estudyante natin. So we'll just have to continue doing the reforms that we have started in this administration.
So kailan po yung next assessment ng PISA?
Yung next assessment ay sa 2025 na, sa March 2025.
So by that time, what do we hope to achieve by that time na mag-assess na yung PISA?
Oo, so
Ano po yung nakita nyong immediate doables?
katulad ng sinabi ko, at least increase in terms of scores na mas mapalapit tayo doon sa minimum proficiency level. Okay, which is level 2. Okay? So ngayon ay nasa level 1A, 1B tayo.
Pero
Okay.
low pa rin po ba yun?
Low pa rin kasi yung sa scores, pero ang long term natin ay increase in proficiency levels.
Tapos yung nabanggit mo kanina, medyo hindi lang na-highlight. Some aspect, one of the aspects that affect performance is the use of gadgets. Can you elaborate on that and what are we doing considering na sa bahay na po ito, hindi na natin ito mamomonitor yung use of gadgets?
Ang sinasabi sa PISA, kapag yung gadget ay ginamit sa pag-aaral, nag-increase ang performance ng bata. May tendency mag-increase ang performance ng bata. Pero pag yung gadget ay ginagamit for leisure, hindi siya nakakatulong sa performance ng bata.
So paano po natin address
Kailangan nating turuan ng mga bata na gumamit ng gadget sa kanilang pag-aaral.
Last na lang po, yung hotline, meron na po yung anti-bullying hotline.
Yes, yung hotline po natin ay pinopost namin for I think since last school year pa, weekly sa ating Facebook page. So ang hotline ay meron pong cellphone number dyan. Tingnan nyo lang po sa ating Facebook page, every week nating pinapa-repost yan. May cellphone number dyan, may landline, meron din tayong email at kahit yung ating Facebook page doon sa Messenger ay pwede rin po silang mag-access.
Okay.
Of course, let me just clarify. Siyempre po yung bullying, ang first line of reporting yan is really at the school level kasi. No? So, meron naman tayong guidelines regarding that, meaning pwede kang magsumbong sa teacher, sa advisor, o kahit sinong school official, tapos na-elevate yan sa kanilang child protection committees. But kaya din tayo naglagay ng hotline na. Kasi karamihan naman talaga ng ating mga learners, lalo na pagdating sa bullying, takot silang magsumbong kaagad kasi nandyan yung nambully sa kanila, or pagdating naman sa abuses in our schools, takot sila na baka kampihan ng school authorities and teachers. These are very natural, the reluctance is quite natural. So that's why we had